Loto Bridge on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. And on the foreign scene, engine fire forces passengers to evacuate Delta plane in Florida. And in sports, Nigeria's Flying Eagles land in Cairo for under-20 AFCON to play friendly against Egypt on Tuesday. Now the news in details. I am Tammy Dayo Anthony. Ahead of the 2025 Hajj, the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration has commenced free medical screening for this year's Hajj, intending pilgrims to check and know their health status, address any health challenges, and get treated before going to the Holy Land for pilgrimage. Lagos State government called on the intending pilgrims to travel from Lagos to Saudi Arabia to take advantage of the free medical opportunity. Speaking during the free medical screening for those from Badagry and Ojo local government areas held at Badagry local government secretariat, Ajara, the Commissioner for Home Affairs, Ibrahim Layode, said the gesture was sponsored by the Governor Sanwo-Olu's administration and his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat. He restated the Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration's commitment to a healthy Lagos and warned that those who didn't do the medical screening may not be allowed to travel for Hajj. Layode urged the 1.4 million intending pilgrims with Lagos State government officials who would be performing the 2025 Hajj exercise in Saudi Arabia to be good ambassadors. The commissioner commended Governor Sanwo-Olu and Hamzat for decentralizing the free medical screening to make it seamless for people. Still in Lagos State, the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to unity-led cultural events that drive economic activity and foster social harmony. Governor Sanwo-Olu stated this at the iconic Fanti Carnival held at the historic Remembrance Arcade to honor and rekindle the vibrant Afro-Brazilian heritage that has long been a cornerstone of the city's cultural identity. He described the event as a celebration of all Lagosians are a people bound by history and strengthened by diversity. On her part, the Commissioner for Tourism, Art and Culture, Soke Benson Awoyinka, stated that the carnival's revival is a triumph of identity and resilience. According to Benson Awoyinka, the Fanti Carnival is more than a festival. It is a living memory of the city's Afro-Brazilian roots and a showcase of cultural richness that defines the Lagos people. She said the ministry remained committed to initiatives that strengthen social ties, promote tourism, and keep Lagos heritage alive. The Lagos Fanti Carnival is rooted in the 19th century customs of Afro-Brazilian returnees, freed slaves who brought back samba rhythms, flamboyant costumes, and carnival traditions from Brazil. Special advisor to the Lagos State Governor on Tourism, Art and Culture, Idris Aregbe, has underscored the Lagos State government's commitments to using entertainment and sport as powerful tools to engage and empower young people. He made this known during a street festival held on Friday at Festac Town, a lively and colorful gathering that attracted hundreds of youth, families, and entertainment lovers for a day of community celebration, creativity, and fun. Highlighting the cultural significance of the area, Aregbe declared that Festac is more than just a neighborhood, noting that it's cultural and creative powerhouse. The day began with a thrilling basketball tournament, followed by show-stopping performance from fast-rising artists and a fiercely contested dance competition. Winners were rewarded with 500,000 naira each, both the champion basketball team and the standout dance crew, in a show of appreciation for their skills, passion, and effort. Wife of the President, Oluremi Tinubu, has admonished Christians to always show love to their neighbors and avoid every inclination to judge others based on religion or region. Mrs. Tinubu said this while hosting the youth wing of Christian Association of Nigeria, UWICAN, to Easter brunch at the villa, stating that she is encouraged by their visit and show of love. The First Lady also pointed out that it takes sacrificial love and compassion to change the world. She called on youth to be at the forefront of promoting gender equality, pointing out that there is room for women who are willing to thrive in the country. While expressing the appreciations of the association to the First Lady for her interventions, National Chairman of the association, Belos Chukwu Ikwerim, said Yuri Khan is ready to run with her vision and that of President Bola Tinubu for peace and development by sustaining engagement with their Muslim counterparts to foster religious harmony in the country. And now to the rest of the stories. The Federal Ministry of Works has confirmed damages to the Loto Bridge near Mowe on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and will have to repair with traffic diversion. Federal Comptroller of Works in Lagos, Olukorede Kisha, made the confirmation after an on-the-spot assessment of the bridge. Kisha said 5 bins were damaged by an improperly adjusted excavator hanger that has been transported from Apapa Port on Thursday last week. He said the driver has already been arrested and that the owner of the excavator will be made to refund the cost of repairing the bridge, which will commence on a date to be announced later. The Federal Comptroller of Works said the incident has necessitated the need for restoration of federal way bridges on highways and for vehicle inspection officer to be more attentive to the maintenance of heavy-duty vehicles.
On the bridge now, you experience a lot of vibrations. If you are there now, it's a bearing, the spring upon which the deck is standing. Most of them are weak. We need the wheel bridges to be operational so that most of this overload, you understand, can be discovered at toll gates, the old toll gates, where you have the wheel bridge installed. And thereafter, then the ministry in charge of vehicle assessment, I think we need to wake up to our responsibility. Most of those vehicles are not roadworthy and they carry more than they are able to carry.
Keisha also inspected the ongoing palliative work on 12-kilometer stretch of Shagamu-Ikperu Road, which he said is happening alongside the construction of underpasses on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Meanwhile, the Federal Comptroller of Works has announced closure of Ijora Olokpa to a Papa Link Bridge on Sunday, 27th April, to allow for lifting of the bridge for replacement of 50 detective bearing.
On the bridge now, you experience a lot of vibrations. If you are there now, it's a bearing, the spring upon which the deck is standing. Most of them are weak. They've been built since how many years and no major repairs. This is the first time we're doing that major repairs. It's high time we allow it to be done so that those bearings, the spring upon which this deck is hanging, can be repaired.
Keisha said with the closure will last 8 weeks, explained that traffic for light vehicles will be diverted through Ijora Causeway through to 7 up to Apapa, while heavy-duty vehicles should make use of Costain through Igamu to Apapa. She asserted that the work was another intervention of the federal government to salvage defective bridges, especially that had not undergone maintenance since construction. The Nigerian Correctional Service has refuted reports of an alleged bomb explosion at the Medium Security Custodial Center in Maiduguri, describing the claim as false and misleading. In a statement signed by the Public Relations Officer Umar Abubakar, the NCOS clarified that there was no security breach at the facility or any other custodial center across the country. The NCOS refuted follows earlier reports that an explosion occurred at the Maximum Security Custodial Center in Maiduguri around 9 p.m. on Sunday, 20th April 2025. The blast was said to have sparked the fire in the solitary confinement cell of Charles Oka, a high-profile inmate. And now to foreign news. Passengers are being forced to evacuate a Delta plane after an engine caught fire while on the tarmac at Orlando International Airport in Florida. Video on social media shows smoke and fire flames rising from the right engine and passengers exiting the aircraft down inflatable emergency slides. Delta Flight 1213 was set to depart Orlando, famous as the home of Disney World, for Atlanta, with almost 300 people on board. There are no reports of injuries. Delta said in a statement that the Airbus A330 was carrying 282 passengers, 10 flight attendants, and 2 pilots. The airline said crew evacuated the big cabin when flames were seen in the part of one of the plane's two main engines. The Federal Aviation Administration said it will investigate the incident. And now to sports. Nigeria's under-20 boys Flying Eagles have arrived in the Egyptian capital city of Cairo as this gets set for the 17th Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations final starting on Sunday. A delegation of 24 players and 9 officials led by head coach Aliou Zubairu touched down at the Cairo International Airport aboard Egypt Air Flight on Sunday evening. The team is expected to have its first training session on Monday evening. Meanwhile, the Flying Eagles will square up to host nation, the Young Pharaohs of Egypt, on Tuesday evening as part of their build-up to the Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations, due to take place on the 27th of April to 18th of May. The match is slated for 4 p.m. Nigeria time at the Cairo International Stadium. But just before we go, slow down at road junctions, intersections, and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us on like all of social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 961.fm, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. You can also subscribe and watch our news and program live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration upgraded 2 higher institutions to universities? You can get more details on Lagos State Government's website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Ahead of the 2025 Hajj, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration has commenced free medical screening for this year's Hajj intending pilgrims to check and know their health status, address any health challenge, and get treated before going to the Holy Land for pilgrimage. The Federal Ministry of Works has confirmed damages to the Loto Bridge near Mowe on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and will have to be repaired with traffic diversion. We also told you that passengers have been forced to evacuate a Delta plane after an engine caught fire while on the tarmac at Orlando International Airport in Florida. And in sports, Nigeria's under-20 boys Flying Eagles have arrived in Egyptian capital city of Cairo as they get set for the 17th Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations final starting on Sunday. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio96.1ng. The ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Iduwolaya. I am Timmy Dayo. Anthony, thanks for listening.